Hi, it's Amanda with Marketing with Moxie, and I'm here with another Tip Tuesday for you, continuing on our theme of Facebook groups. And today I'm going to tell you how to create and grow a successful Facebook group. And I've got 7 things for you to keep in mind as you do this. All right, let's get right to it. So the very first thing to remember when creating your Facebook group is to figure out what is the purpose of the group. Why are you even creating a Facebook group to begin with? Do you want to create it as a place for your customers to come and learn more about your product? Do you want to create it as an opportunity for you to teach? What is the reason that you are creating this Facebook group? Because the reason behind the group is how you're going to measure the success of the group. Because you don't always necessarily need a group of thousands and thousands of people if that doesn't align with your ultimate purpose for your group. So first, begin with that. And then everything else after that is going to fall into place, because the second thing to consider is the name of your group. Depending on what you decided for your purpose should definitely influence how you decide to name your group. If you're wanting to teach on a specific subject, you probably shouldn't choose a group name that's kind of cute and people aren't really going to understand the meaning behind it. For example, if you are a photographer and you have a photography business, you might want to create a group where you're teaching people how to use their iPhone to take better photography. A bad group name would be something like Lisa's Cute Pics. An awesome group name would be Lisa's Easy iPhone Photography Tips. Now, this is why this matters, because when someone is searching on Facebook for iPhone photography tips, all kinds of results come up, and people can sort them by posts from their friends, pages, and groups. And if your group is strategically named based on what you think your ideal client or customer might be searching for on Facebook, they're much more likely to not only find your group, but understand that it's fulfilling their need and then be compelled to want to join it. All right, now here's the third thing to consider. Define the expectation of the group so that when people are in the group, they know what to expect, and offer an incentive to join the group. You can make both of these things clear in a couple different ways. The first way is by being very descriptive in your About section for your group. This is a public-facing description, which means when someone lands upon your group entry point page on Facebook, they'll be able to read what your group is all about. So be very clear here and strategic with the words that you use, because these words also help the Facebook algorithm understand if your group is relevant for what that person is searching for. And then when you lay out the expectations in a very clear way, which you can do in the About section, but you can also do in the entry point questions, people will immediately know if this is a place that they want to belong to. Now, here's the other part of this thing to consider is offering an incentive to join. Now, I said you could lay this out in the About section. You could clearly explain as part of your expectation that when people join your group, they can expect to receive discounts, for example, if you're creating your group around a product, or that they can expect to receive a free preview of the book that you're writing, or that they can expect to receive regular instruction from you if you're providing knowledge or teaching something. So that is the type of incentive that you can offer. You could also say that you do contests or giveaways if it's relevant to your brand. Okay, now here is the next thing to keep in mind. Share consistent, themed, and targeted content predictably and regularly. That's not always about promoting whatever it is that you do. Because the main thing about your group that sets it apart from your Facebook page is it enables you to go deeper than where you might normally go on your Facebook page, because you reach more people at a more intimate level, because that's what groups are designed for. So definitely take the time to set up a content calendar for your group. This means really being strategic about the type of content that you're going to share there, how regularly you're going to share it, and then making sure you set aside time in your schedule to actually create that content so that people can come to depend on you and expect from you this regular, consistent, valuable content. Okay, so that's kind of the foundation of your group, but now let's talk about 3 things to keep in mind to help you grow your group. So pretend you've created it, you've named it something that your ideal client is searching for, you've set the right expectations, you've got your questions for entry point set up, you're incentivizing them by promising something, you've got your content all laid out, you know what you're going to talk about in there, but now you need to get people inside of it. Here's what you can do. First, start with your warm audiences. These are people that are already following you on Instagram, already like your business page, or are already on your email list. Now, if you don't have a large following or you have 0 people on your email list, you might want to consider holding a kickoff event to really get your group going. And this can be as simple as just hosting an online webinar where you're teaching on a specific topic related to your group, or you decide to host some kind of free class where you're talking about some awesome features around a product that you make. Whatever it is, if you have some kind of event like that where you can collect email addresses for people to register to attend the event, then you can invite all of those people into your group. So that's how you're going to get your group off the ground, but then how do you continually grow your group? Well, that's our next thing to consider. So the next thing to consider with growing your group is taking every opportunity you can to promote your group. And here's what I mean by that. I recently heard this really awesome quote by a fellow social media marketer, Vanessa Lau, and she said, "It takes a platform to grow a platform." And she's so right. If you don't use the other platforms that you're on to get the word out about the other awesome things you're doing, then guess what? No one's going to know about the other awesome things that you're doing. Now, you have to be strategic about this. You need to focus your efforts on one platform that you're going to use to funnel traffic or visitors to the other platform. So what I mean by this is if you have a pretty engaged following on Instagram, use Instagram to funnel followers to your Facebook group. Don't go crazy trying to also do this with YouTube and with your Facebook page. Just pick one and focus on just one. Now, here's my last thing to consider. As you are consistently showing up in your group, you're sharing content, you should be going live, you're going to notice that there's going to be members of your group that really stand out as especially interested and involved. These are your group ambassadors. These are the people that are going to help take your group to the next level. Don't be afraid to reach out to these people and incentivize them to invite people into your group. This can be as simple as giving them a free copy of a product that you have or giving them a little coaching call. Whatever you have that you can offer them in exchange for them lending their recommendation for people to join is going to do wonders to grow your group for you. And that's it. Those are my tips. So I hope this was helpful, and I'll be back again next week to share a few tips with you on how you can get engagement in your group and how you can even monetize your group. See you then.